Like, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not possible, right? I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I don't believe that God sent his son to die on a cross. I'm sorry. If you believe that, I just don't believe that. But I do believe that
Yeah, why would he do that? Yeah.
it just doesn't, yeah, it's not logical to me. I don't know, but I do believe in a lot of different Bible prophecies, and the reason I believe in them is because they're metaphors. They're not literal. They're not literal interpretations. They're metaphors that are supposed to be taken um, as prophecies rather than to be specifically exactly. Like I don't think that there's gonna be like an actual woman in the heavens giving birth. Like I believe that it's gonna be stars, and it's gonna be the Virgin, uh, or AKA Virgo, which is a constellation, and then the baby that Virgo is gonna give birth to is gonna be Jupiter. But yeah, look up Revelation 12 if you want to know about that. That's gonna be coming true this November, or no wait, this September. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting. But yeah. So my
I can just see you in the background, like. Oh, actually, I can see. I believe it. I still.
Oh my
well,
god.
the thing is that I believe that we can't see everything that exists, and that's true. And and
Yeah, we
so
never saw Megalodon before.
no. What I'm saying is that everything exists as information, and so like my religion is kind of combined with a theory of the universe, which is what do you call it? Simulation theory, which basically states that we're inside a simulation, or this is or our universe is a simulation,
This is the Matrix.
and
Oh my
yeah,
god. I know, right?
and basically this so far we've found all the things that we would find if it was a simulation. So far, if we were living in a simulation, we would expect to see pixelation as we get closer and smaller and smaller and smaller. And we do. We literally do. And there's like a limited amount of small that you can go in a realistic universe, or in a universe that wasn't simulated. We would expect that we would be able to keep going, but there's a
I don't
limit.
want to get too small. I don't want to end up being like an atom.
No, no, I mean like to like differentiate stuff. Like there it becomes like when you start looking at quantum mechanics, things like the laws of physics start basically becoming just not even apparent. It's interesting. You look into quantum mechanics to learn more about that. So like I combine like lots of different information from lots of different sources to make my kind of theory of how world is. And every single day I think about why am I here, you know? I always have like these really deep thoughts, and like basically have existential crisis every couple of days, and I just don't know what to do with my life, and I get like super depressed, and like I don't know, I just start researching everything that I can imagine that I don't know yet, you know? It's really weird though.
You
Cuz
should
like
watch Sesame Street or something like that.
I'm sure you could resurrect things it's I've heard of it. I'm sure people have done it before. Like when you think about it, like I not only myself but other people have died and come back, just like, by getting their heart shocked or something like that. Like I froze when I was drinking, right? It was New Year's Eve, and I can't remember how old I was. I think I was about 18 or 19. One of the two. Actually, no, it couldn't have been 18. Couldn't have been, right? I think I was 19. But anyways, I was drinking, and I was really really depressed, so I just like and I was at my uncle's, So I was instead of at my like regular like small little town, I was in an even tinier town. This town was so small you could consider it a village. I live in Canada, so yeah. But basically what happened was is I started stealing. I wanted to go for. I was by myself. Like everyone had went to sleep, and I was pretty drunk, and I wanted to go for like a ride on a skidoo. I don't know why. I was kind of drunk. So then I just like went outside try to find a skidoo, and couldn't find the keys. So then I was just like, you know what? I will just go for a walk and find somebody else's skidoo, cause it's a small town. I'm sure I'll find a skidoo. I was pretty stupid back then, honestly. Kids at home, if you're listening, don't steal. Stealing's wrong. It's really bad. I regret it
I'm the
every
only
day
one
of my
watching
life.
so far, so
No, there's like 3 viewers. But
yeah, stealing is wrong, kids.
but anyways, so
Drunk is art.
I couldn't find a skidoo, but I found a truck, and then I took that and I started it, and I tried to drive, but I couldn't drive, and I couldn't figure it out.
Were you
And dude,
drunk?
yeah. Honestly though, it's funny because I've never gotten my license. I'm like 21 and I don't have my license. I don't know how to drive a stick shift. I can only drive an automatic. But it's so bad, dude. But yeah, so I start like trying to drive but I can't figure it out. And so
Yeah,
I'm
I'm just giving you guys like a lot of energy right now.
I'm basically just sitting in his car revving the engine while it's in park, and just drinking the whole time too. I was walking around with a couple of beers, and yeah, and then he comes outside and he like opens the door and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I told him I'm just trying to drive. And then I like splashed him with my beer as if like he was a witch and I was like telling him to be gone. And then he like tried to like grab me and so I jumped into the like passenger seat and then jumped out of the car or truck and then I ran away. I went to another one and I don't even remember this. Like I was like blackout drunk. And but I remember I found a truck that I was in and I found 2 packs of smokes and I was so happy. And then I opened one of them and I started smoking one of them. And then after that, I was done and I had another one. I don't know why, I was just drunk. And then I was just so messed up, man, that I didn't realize that the heat was on for the truck the whole time. Plus, I'm pretty sure I was wearing the exact same coat that I'm wearing right now, which was my uncle's coat at the time. And it's funny how I end up getting it now. But it's so weird. But anyways, so I was wearing his coat, right? So what I was getting hotter cuz I was smoking inside of a truck with the heat running with the doors closed. So I was getting like super overheated. So I opened the door and and then I jumped into the snow face first and because I did that, like I was just like super comfortable just laying in the snow, and then I passed out because it was so nice and comfortable, and then I woke up in a hospital, and they told me that I had died and on the way to like the hospital or whatever, and they had to like revive me in the ambulance because I had frozen. And dude, okay, I would have died though. What ended up happening was the reason why I was saved was the person who found me. He found me and his truck was on and like his smokes were like taken out, and he was so pissed off, dude. He was gonna like probably gonna give me a beating or whatever, but he seen my uncle's coat that I was wearing because I couldn't find my own coat and because he seen my uncle's coat, my uncle was a well-respected man in that village over there. So so he called the ambulance instead. He decided to save me because I was wearing this coat, and that
Oh,
saved
that was a
my
nice
life.
story, that.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
story.
But dude, okay, and it's weird because I supposedly died, right? the time that I was, and the thing is that I had a really vivid dream that night, like in between falling asleep in the snow and waking up in the hospital. I had a crazy dream where in the dream I was like floating, and it was all dark, right? And I thought, and I couldn't remember anything, and I couldn't like why did I bring Nova instead of Ember? Whoops. Oh well. But
Hello.
I couldn't see I couldn't think of anything. I had no memories, but I was floating, right? And I was thinking that I was like dead. That's all I could think of, man. I couldn't remember who I was. Like I couldn't think that I was a human or that I was a plant or anything like that, dude. I couldn't even think thoughts. I couldn't think words. I just knew I existed and that I was not living. And those two things were scary because I wanted to be alive, right? And and I thought I was dead. That's all I knew, right? Was that I was dead. And then and so I'm looking up, but everything's black, right? But when I look up, I see like a shining light that's like shining over like a cloud or over a ledge, but I can't actually see the ledge. I can only see the shimmering light shining above it, and the ledge is like black because everything was dark except for this light that was shining, that was coming above from above, and I was rising towards this light, and I was getting like closer, and I was thinking as soon as I can see over this little ledge, I'll be able to see into heaven, and this is where, or maybe it wasn't heaven, maybe, but whatever it was good, and I couldn't really think of anything. I couldn't really like imagine words like English, but I just had this feeling inside of me of this is good and this is where I have to go, and this is, and like it was almost like the feeling of life, the feeling of living, the feeling of existing, and that's what I was trying to get towards. And it was like I was like so close to seeing what was over the edge or the ledge or whatever, and right when I got super close, I felt like I like tripped on the way up or something, like I fell and I just started falling, and it started getting farther and farther away from me, and then everything went dark, and then I woke up and I was like, whoa. And I was just thinking, dude, like what was that? Like was that me being in hell and like not existing and just knowing that I don't exist and that's all I know and wanting to exist? Is that what hell is? Or was that my journey to heaven? And I didn't get to go to heaven because I was wakened back up and brought back into this world. It could be either one. Or it could just be a really deep dream that I had while I was like dying. Who knows? But it was crazy.
Oh God.
Oh god. But yeah, we've been streaming for 57 minutes, so we're just gonna wrap this stream up, and then we'll stream again tomorrow, and we'll be streaming every single day. So if you wanna follow the stream, you guys definitely follow the stream. Do it. Even if you're not planning on watching, just follow it anyways. And also subscribe on YouTube, Devin Ryder. Or if you want to watch more streams, go to Devin Ryder Archive. That's the new channel name, and subscribe there. And also we're gonna probably do some giveaways too through the secondary channel for people who are just watching the streams.
I just hear someone scream, "Fuck!"
Yeah, I know, people are just freaking out. Anyways, that sucks, bro. But
Achievement
anyways,
unlocked. Being an idiot.
thank you guys so much for watching. This was Down the Rabbit Hole with Devin Ryder. Peace out.
Why can I not access